Hello, my beautiful bros and girls out there. This is your boy Michael here, so you don't have to. Disney. One of the greatest first movies we ever seen as kids. You're probably made familiar with Winnie the Pooh, Peter Pan, and other classics. But that's one of the funniest Disney movies ever released in 2000 was The Emperor's New Groove. Everyone always thought this was a funny movie, and it's still funny today. Here we go.
Public opinion changing about film is nothing new. But in the case of The Emperor's New Groove, this wasn't a bad movie that people started off hating. It didn't even get that far. This was seen as a nothing flick. Not just a nothing flick, a desperate nothing flick. Just about everything associated with this film, from the advertising to the lead actor to just the title alone. Many of the time connected to desperate and lackluster, when Disney was putting out a lot of desperate and lackluster material. Even the origins of the film seemed desperate for an identity. As a documentary called The Sweatbox revealed, it was a serious retelling of the Prince and the Pauper in the Incan Empire that was going to utilize some of Disney's top-end animation. Over time it became not that. But to the film's credit, it pivoted hard, throwing itself 100% into a fourth wall-breaking comedy, and over the years, it acquired quite a following. The film's been constantly meme, people dress up like the characters, it got a high school TV show because the universe was willing that into existence a lot back then. It found its fan base. But I will admit, I was still in the camp of finding it underwhelming. Yes, there are some good laughs in it, but I only saw it once and didn't remember it winning me over. I can't say I disliked it, I just don't remember it leaving that big an impression on me. All these years later and all these memes later, it's totally possible I missed something. So, I'm gonna sit down and see if it's as underwhelming as I remember it, or see if finally it's all coming together. So, how are things in America after the year 2000?
This is probably for the best.
Let's take a look at Emperor's New Groove.
It starts off with David Spade playing our hero Kuzco, and I can't be alone in saying, as someone who's only seen this movie once, it is so hard not to call him Couscous, showing the terrible fate that he's going through.
Pretty pathetic, huh? Well, you'll never believe this, but that llama you're looking at was once a human being.
No, he wasn't. He was David Spade. Yeah, I'll just say it. Your enjoyment of this movie is going to weigh heavily on what you think of David Spade. And I'll be honest, he's just not my thing. I don't hate him or anything. I'll even dislike him. I've seen him on interviews and everything. He's got a lot of talent. It's just his particular style of smarminess doesn't make me chuckle much. Like, you know those comedians who don't always need good writing, their delivery alone can make anything funny? David Spade needs good writing.
Okay, this is the real me. Not this. This. Not this. Winner, loser.
Like, this is our strong opening joke, I guess.
Oh, look at me. That's me as a baby.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you might get me to change my mind on the movie, but I'm sorry, you are not getting me to change my mind on the title.
Neither do I.
This word a resurgence at the end of the 20th century. I'm sorry, unless this guy's on the poster, it is just not going to sound cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As you may guess, Kuzco is a spoiled brat, ruling the Incan Empire with a golden fist.
Butler. Jeff. Theme song guy.
Oh, yeah! Tom Jones' version of Hercules Paul Schaefer.
Yeah.
He's cruel to everyone he encounters, even people who interrupt his dancing.
I'm sorry, but you've thrown off the Emperor's Groove.
Oh, no. You were saying?
Ah, yes, Groove and Riverdance this time period really didn't want to let go. That inability to move on should only be reserved for online creators.
It is time for you to choose your bride.
After how we see Disney designs their princesses.
Hate your hair. Not likely. Yikes.
Let me guess, you have a great personality.
And okay, that reaction's pretty good.
It is funny.
Introduced to Pacha, played by John Goodman, who's there to see the Emperor after a quick conversation with Old Man Piglet.
I threw off the Emperor's groove. Don't throw off his groove!
Okay.
Where's the groove?
Hey.
Groove.
I wouldn't have imagined that's the one actor to make that word funny. Good job.
I knew it.
We're introduced to the Emperor's advisor and her bodyguard, Yzma and Kronk, played by Eartha Kitt and Warburton.
Doing my job.
I've come to stop you from stealing the throne. No, the movie. You're clearly the funniest part of it. Yeah, it probably comes as no surprise, but Yzma and Kronk are probably the funniest duo in Disney history.
They are
Yeah,
always
move over
the
Mike and
funniest
Sully to hell
duo.
with Timon and Pumbaa. The hell they get on the list? But But some genius in casting knew teaming up these actors who are complete opposites would be comedy gold. Remember how he said some people can make anything funny? You are listening to two of those people.
Take it, Kronk. Feel the power.
Oh, I can feel it.
I can feel it.
On top of that, their animation is stellar. The comedic timing for their slapstick is some of the best out there. All stemming from Yzma's intelligence and weak body, clashing with Kronk's strong physique and peanut brain.
The poison for Kuzco. The poison chosen specially to kill Kuzco. Kuzco's poison. That poison.
Yes, that poison.
These characters are so well laid out. Not only does Yzma have comically long nails, but her eyelashes have comically long nails. Who thinks of that?
Whoa.
I don't know.
Those wrinkles. What is holding this woman together?
So you know how these stories go. The Emperor is selfish, but for some reason doesn't put together. The obvious villains are trying to take over his kingdom.
By the way, you're fired.
Oh, okay, that was that easy, not gonna lie.
And we see Pacha has a meeting with Kuzco.
You got a pretty sweet little setup there on top of that hill, don't ya? I just needed an insider's opinion before I okayed this spot for my pool.
Correct me, but he is Aladdin shrunk in the wash, right?
No,
Because
get out of
Like they
here.
make their main characters so evil, even the villains look friendly by comparison.
Welcome to Kuzcotopia, my ultimate summer getaway. It's my birthday gift to me.
It'll cost the equivalent of one Disney anything. Pacha is crushed. This village is about to be crushed, and speaking of crushing, Yzma is doing the same with statues of Kuzco's head, plotting her revenge.
Does he
A little to the left.
have any idea of who he's dealing with?
Again, if you watch the documentary, this is pretty much how the development of the movie went.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
Wrong lever.
Why do we even have that lever?
I really like when the crocodile barks like that. I just discover more and more comedy.
Just poison him with this. Our moment of triumph approaches.
I'm gonna sing a fantastic song that'll get cut because it didn't match the original story. Seriously, just change the lyrics. That song should be in this.
I am one hungry king of the world.
Despite firing them, Kuzco accepts Yzma's invitation to dinner because he literally can't imagine anybody disliking him.
So,
Oh, he seems
easy.
nice.
Nice.
He is.
So you may have noticed this movie, by Disney standards, is a little cheap looking. Ironic because this actually did cost more than usual. A lot of that is probably due to the retooling, as, again, when you know the production's history, it's amazing it even made it to a release date. But the film thankfully does embrace its cheapness. If it can't be expensively epic, it can at least be comedically stylized.
So, what are you gonna do? I mean, you've been around here a long time. I really mean a long time.
They plan to poison him, but he instead turns into a llama, and the reason is pretty hilarious.
Let me see that vial.
It's a llama
You know,
potion.
sometimes a good Mad
But
Max
it's kind of
sequel
funny
is all
when
you
these
need.
magazines are like that.
Yzma orders Kronk to dispose of the Emperor, and
Guess where I am right now. Uh-huh.
In the bag.
Bag.
stop talking over their scenes. You do not interrupt Patrick Warburton's voice whenever it's doing anything.
And speaking of which,
Get second thoughts about drowning him. resulting
yeah,
in
the
routine
angel and
that's
devil.
done to death, but again, some good acting and odd reasoning. Give it a fresh spin.
Number one, look what I can do.
What does that have to do with anything? No, it's got
It's got
a
a
point.
point.
Hear me out.
I think the angel and devil need their own Disney Plus show. Exactly!
He decides to save him, but accidentally tosses him in Pacha's cart. Who doesn't know how to tell his family their whole village is going under?
2 seconds here.
I'm the one in the cart, remember?
This story's about Kuzco, not him.
Is it too late to red pen David Spade's character out of this?
I guess
Again,
not.
I can't even pretend I hate him, but after these two, it's kind of like having KFC after Popeyes. You're just gonna notice what doesn't work more.
No touchy.
Pacha finds Kuzco in his bag, and Kuzco assumes that Pacha's the one who kidnapped him and turned him into a llama.
Oh, wait.
I know you!
You're like half my act in the 90s. You look good, all things considered.
Emperor Kuzco? Yeah, who do you think you're talking to? I don't know what to say about this.
I want to get out of
I want to get out of this body!
Let's go.
Pacha says he'll get him back to the palace if he agrees to build his summer home somewhere else. Kuzco refuses and tries to make his way back by himself, but finds the jungle is far more dangerous than he thought.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I gotta get 2 points. No kid's gonna understand a fly reference. Funny enough, the most threatening animal in the jungle seems to be a squirrel.
Uh-oh. The Panthers. Squirrels don't make balloons. This is so stupid.
This is stupid.
No.
But I really like the look on his face on that squirrel. That's the face face of a killer from Breaking Bad.
He has murdered before and enjoyed it.
Ha! You better run.
Clearly the leftover backgrounds from Tarzan when
Or
Pacha decides to swing in
something
and
else
say,
from a different
why
movie.
does everybody keep having a change of heart about this character?
Uh-oh.
Don't tell me. We're about to go over a huge waterfall.
Yep.
Sharp rocks at the bottom.
Most likely.
Bring it on.
Okay, to this constantly overused trope's credit, this was kind of a new joke back then.
Yeah.
They sort of
Booyah!
tired now, but kind of new at the time.
Your Highness, can you hear me?
Kuzco doesn't seem to be breathing though, so Pacha gives him mouth to mouth. I just assume there's already confusing fan art of him mid-transformation. The internet doesn't need more material.
No.
Kronk accidentally lets it slip that Kuzco might still be alive, so Yzma says they have to journey to the forest to finish the job.
Now let's move. Look out!
Tipo, what is it?
The villain scenes are over. Now the rest of the movie has to keep going.
Pacha's kid said he had a dream about his father being in danger, and he isn't far off. As Kuzco agrees not to destroy his village, but quickly reneges when he thinks he's made it home.
You're gonna leave me here?
Well, I was gonna have you in prison for life, but I kind of like this.
But I kind of like the way I
And
was.
this guy is so unlikable, but I will admit it is a little refreshing seeing a Disney lead be this awful. We really do need Moana cooking the chicken or something.
No, that would have been terrible. We're gonna die quickly.
Push against my back, and we'll
Okay.
walk up the hill.
Ah! You did that on purpose. Okay, we got a funny laugh out of 45 minutes. This is cool. We're gonna lie.
You know, it's a good thing you're not a big fat guy, or this would be really difficult.
Okay, we got another laugh.
We finally hug goodbye and said it gets really funny.
Jesus wasn't walking around in a robe with no underwear hanging out with prostitutes.
I think he was.
Yeah, he's right. It is right.
I do like his redemption is both really quick and really slow at the same time. Like he goes back on his promise a lot, yet he still saves Pacha. He also says he's still destroying their village, but Pacha says in their 4-day travel he thinks he can change his mind. That's complicated, but also believable given what we know about these two.
What are the chances of you carrying me?
Not good.
Oh, come on. It'll be like when you carry most of the counters. Pacha disguises Kuzco so he doesn't draw attention.
Oh, yeah. Ew.
But it looks like Yzma and Kronk are eating in the same restaurant.
Hey, don't I know you? I don't think so. Wrestled you in high school. I remember that. No.
It's kind of funny seeing Dan from Roseanne and Putty from Seinfeld together in an animated kids comedy. Twice.
Is there or is there not anything edible?
When both tables have an issue with the chef leaves, and as you'd imagine, hijinks ensue.
Can I order the potatoes as a side dish?
I'll have to charge you full price.
Hey, how about a side of potatoes, my buddy?
You got it. You want cheese on those potatoes?
Thank you, Kronk.
And I'll have the French farce, thank you.
And I'll have a pizza, thank
This
you.
is very basic farce, but because it's animation, they can get the timing down a little quicker and sharper, resulting in our heroes escaping by singing a birthday song on Yzma.
Happy birthday,
It's your birthday!
Not gonna lie.
Seriously,
These are need to be characters you can rent for kids' parties.
Yzma and Kronk are in the restaurant, and Kuzco confuses them for trying to save him.
You don't want to take me back to the palace. You want to keep me stranded out here forever.
No!
Yeah, this is the lame misunderstanding that usually makes it into these comedies, and I gotta say, I thought they saved it for the third act. Oh, we're in the third act. God, this movie was fast.
There'll be no more diversions until we track that llama down and kill him.
They split up, and eventually Kuzco learns that Pacha was right, and they're trying to kill him. This brings us to where the film started, where the current version of Kuzco actually disagrees with the narrator version of Kuzco about who was wrong.
Give it a rest up there, will you? I'm just telling them what happened. Who are you kidding, pal? They saw the whole thing. They know what happened.
And I know this is gonna sound weird, but I could have used more of that. There was something weirdly existential about all this. Even the way he delivered it felt surprisingly dramatic.
Well, yeah, but leave me alone.
Now, I'm not kidding when I say, had they done more with this, like Kermit talking to himself in the Muppet movie, or Remy talking to his imagined version of the chef in Ratatouille?
Yeah, it's kind of like the
It's
same
kinda been a
thing,
unique
but
way to do some
different with the
character
narrator.
development. And yeah, this is usually where I say the film drags on and takes itself too seriously, but honestly, it wraps up the lame moping and doping sequences pretty quick.
You tired of being a llama?
Yes! Why did we think about it? Who said anything about llamas?
Kronk finally puts together Pacha was the guy at the restaurant
We
who took
find
the Emperor.
Kuzco.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
There's nothing I can say that can top the funniest meme you've seen of this.
Here's my
Here's
personal favorite.
Luckily, Pacha gets his wife the news, and they plan to get rid of them while our heroes make a run for it.
Hey, was it a good idea to leave your family with those two?
Oh, don't worry. They can handle themselves.
Missed opportunity. He
Who
should
knows
say,
what my
"Right,
family
who
will
knows
do
what
to
my
them?"
family will do to him." Sure enough, they
Yeah.
do the plan, locking them in the closet, and
Oh my god, you gotta see this.
See it.
Yeah. There you go. That is some of the funniest Disney animation since Hook and the Crocodile.
And I know I had my complaints before about character and being invested and some of the humor not working.
But I'm not kidding. Literally the last 15 minutes is nothing but jokes.
It's like they shrugged and said, yeah, sorry about the emotional moments. Disney had us put those in because parents would complain there needed to be a lesson. We're literally gonna do nothing but make you laugh the rest of the movie. And
It is really good at it.
the last chunk of this movie
Is damn hilarious.
with them chasing each other around the kingdom and making it back to the castle. You want proof they just don't care and they're only going for the humor? Look at this when the villains make it back to the castle before them despite being miles behind.
How did you get back here before us?
How did we, Kronk?
Well, you got me.
It's also nice, it doesn't make any sense. I love when they hear the secret about they just say, screw it, let's just make them laugh.
I've just never seen a Disney film do that before. Not only is this last third really funny, like the most consistently funny stuff in the film, but it actually kind of makes up for the weaker moments earlier, because you could argue it was building all that up just to not use it and acknowledge it doesn't really matter. You can argue it's not the best storytelling, but it is some great joke telling. There's even a good wrap-up to the Angel and Devil gag. It didn't even need a wrap-up.
Sorry, I'm late. So, what'd I miss?
Well, Yzma just tossed me this knife and asked me to, take them out. And then this
Cut the Russell Crowe saying, the Angel!
He never ages.
Even when the film has a perfect out, like they could have killed off Yzma here, they're like, nah, we got some more jokes we want to try out.
Oh, great, so now it's home on the range.
Hey, I've been turned into a cow. Can I go home?
You're excused. Anyone else?
No, we're
we're
good.
good. We're good.
Christ, how did this get intensely funny?
The film suddenly catches fire and nothing can put it out. My only issue when Yzma takes the potion, you totally could have done a Catwoman joke here.
Is that my voice? Is that my voice?
Oh well.
She gets the potion that can turn back into human.
So funny.
They eventually get it back and return Kuzco to human. He turns over a new leaf, Pacha's village is saved, his wife gives birth, and do you care? The movie clearly doesn't. That's bizarrely a good thing.
I'm so proud of you guys. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. And that was the Emperor's New Groove, and over 25 years later, it's still pretty goddamn funny. And yeah, I know I said it before that it was gonna be lame or something like that, but I just discovered more and more comedy with this movie. Great voice actors, great dialogue, great story. This will be the funniest Disney movie ever did by Disney. So anyways, bros and girls, this is it for this video. Make sure to drop a big like for this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to my channel if you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Share this one with your buddies and girlfriends and turn your post notifications bell on so you get notified of my future videos. I will be in the next video. Bye to all of you bros and girls, and pull the lever.